Welcome back. It is Jen Eden, founder of the Sugar Freedom Method and my new Freedom Club, which is your anti-addiction, anti-inflammation place to hang out with me and a really cool team of coaches that, gosh, I've known for years who have really mastered the principles that I'm about to teach you today. Okay, so topic today is, hey Jen, how do I live cravings free? How do I live cravings free? All right, and I always just interrupt, if you don't mind. And I always just say, if you love my work, I love seeing my community grow. I would love it if you subscribe to my channel, button below this video, and then we can stay in touch. All right, so let's talk about living cravings free. Here's the thing about cravings. Cravings are simply an imbalance somewhere in your body. And typically, when we're dehydrated, a lot of stress, and we've just eaten processed carbs and sugar, okay, it throws the body out of balance, and we get cravings. And so when people say, Jen, can I really be cravings free? I'm like, anybody who's selling you that, it's not realistic. Now, can you be in control of your cravings? Absolutely. Can you be cravings free for days on end and weeks on end and months? Yeah, I've seen it for sure, weeks on end. But then I'll wake up, and if I hadn't slept well, or if I had some sugar or some processed food, I will absolutely have cravings the next day. I expect them. But what I teach and what I want you to understand today is that it's not necessarily we're horrible people for having cravings, yes? And oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? There's actually nothing wrong with you. I'll say it again, dehydration, tired, stress, eating processed foods, chemicals cause cravings. And so all these things that I talk about all the time with my clients that cause the body to be out of balance. The thing for you is, educating yourself and understanding where cravings come from so that you're not eating, I hear this all the time, I'm gonna eat some frozen grapes, Jen. I eat fruit instead of a granola bar now. That's great. But I'm going to tell you now, on a really high stress day, there's no way in hell I am eating some frozen blueberries or some grapes in place of a glass of wine, some ice cream, or some chips. And so what I like to teach is these things that I've just been talking about, what causes cravings, so that we're not always just replacing with more natural versions, but we're actually getting to the root cause at the foundation level. Because when we fix those things, we don't have cravings anymore. So I am hoping that makes so much sense to you. And you can now start exploring just a couple of these things. There's more there. I mean, that is what I teach in the Sugar Freedom Method. But for the point of today's lesson, I want you to understand that cravings free really isn't a real thing to be that way forever. Our bodies naturally get out of balance, especially, oh my gosh, when menopause hits. But it's understanding, how to get it back in balance. And the simple ones, I'll say it again, is dehydration, is knowing after eating processed carbs that we're going to crave it. Yes, it's getting good sleep. And just rolling with it. And we have cravings, I'll say it again, it's not that anything's wrong with us. We just have to understand, how to make them go away, preferably as soon as possible, so we're not constantly going into the Dove chocolate at 3 o'clock every day on our desk, yes? And so if that's you, God bless, grateful you found me. Go enjoy some of those principles today. If you haven't subscribed and you'd love to subscribe to my channel, here's your reminder. And thank you as always for being here. I've got more to teach, so stay in touch.